Coach, would you do something like this 30 years ago and come out to a camp like this and put the pads on one more time at this?
Yeah, that's a great question, but I think 30, maybe 40 years ago, yeah, no question. I used to mess around when I was a younger coach with the kids. Used to play a lot of handballs, do a lot of different things with them, and I think I would. I'd enjoy it. I think they'll enjoy it, as long as they don't do anything stupid where they end up with a bad knee and all that kind of stuff. I think I would really do it.
I see the average age out there is 42, but I think someone, there's a father-son combination. Someone's in the 70s, the son's in his 50s.
Just met 70s. He looks great. 75, 76 years old. I said, you and I go out here and play a little one-on-one on these guys. No, I think it's got. The thing I was just saying to somebody else, the big thing about it is, you know, football has become something that's. I was telling them, like, we had the Iowa people up the other day in order to hurt some people who says they're thinking about doing some things with their facilities. And they were talking about, you know, you hate to make football too important than it is. But, you know, the people who did that Iowa game, I said, will never forget it. You know, when that crowd came out of that stands and everything else, it's good, and I think these guys would always remember this. They'll tell their kids and their grandkids alive, you know, and how good they were and the whole bit. Like, you know, Paterno was out there, he wanted to recruit me after he saw me and all that kind of stuff. But they'll have fun.
Talk about how, Joe, you're...
Well, let's keep it all moving around here. Let's go.
You talked about maybe a 12th team in the Big Ten and some of the stops around the state. Can you elaborate on that a little bit as to why you...
No, I just think we ought to have 12 teams. I hate to see us be... I hate to see the Big Ten sitting around there while we're watching everybody else play. Now, we had to go out to the coast and Southern Cal had 2 games after we played. And the whole bit. I just think that there's so much media interest and fan interest for the SEC championship and the Big 12 championship, and Big Ten just sitting around. And I think 12 teams would be the answer. But you know, in all fairness, I said something, without obviously having all the answers, the problems that it would cause with scheduling and things. And Jim Delaney has took it on himself to say, hey, let me look into it. And so we're Jim's looking into it, and whatever Jim comes up with, I think will be good for the conference.
Got any ideas as to who might be a good fit, maybe?
Oh well, I want an Eastern team if we can have it, but you know, there's a lot of people in Missouri and other people like that they might be more interested in. I think the reason I'm interested in an Eastern team is because of the TV market in the New York City area. I think it would be a big thing. It's 50 million people, and you know, 50 million people within a radius of where we stand right here. That would help with the recruiting and the exposure and all those kinds of things.
Joe, I know you can't talk specifically about recruits, but it seems like Western Pennsylvania is pretty fertile ground again.
I can't touch it.
So how are you feeling physically?
I feel great. I'm looking at these guys. I think I can handle this.
Are you back?
I know I can handle anybody here.
Are you back on a normal sort of off-season schedule in terms of?
Oh yeah, no, I have been. No, I have been. Once I get back from Los Angeles, and I started this. No, I'm fine. I didn't miss any time in spring practice and all of that, and I didn't have to have a motor car or anything like that. No. I get a little tired quicker. I need a good summer where I just do a lot more walking. My legs get a little tired on me, but other than that, I'm fine.
Exactly how much do you think it hurts the Big Ten that you've got that long layoff because your regular season, from a national perception standpoint?
Well, I think it helped. I think it hurts. How much, I couldn't give you the quantitative figure on it, but I think quality-wise, it's a disadvantage for us.
Joe, some of the guys coming back from injuries like Stephon Green, Jerome Hayes, Brackett, where do they stand at this point of things?
I think we're in good shape there. We did have a kid get hurt this spring in Lucero. It was a very promising defensive end. He won't make it. McCowan looks like he's going to be okay. It's going to be close. I think Green and the kids you mentioned should be okay. I think we'll be okay with those. We don't get any other ones.
You said you might be like 4 guys away or 4 positions away in some of the stops. What makes you excited about what you have coming in 09?
You mean coming in? You mean the guys coming back?
Yeah, the guys coming back.
Oh, I think we've got a lot of solid kids. They're working hard. I don't have any problems. We've had a great semester academically, and they're doing a good job this summer. I think we have some good kids. I think we'll be a solid football team. And whether we're good enough, that's debatable, but I think we'll be solid.
Talk about Sean Lee. He seems like he's got special qualities as a leader, kind of sat out.
He does. Sean's a natural leader. And so is the other kid. Daryl's the same way. Daryl's a guy that wants to lead, wants to be involved in it. Doesn't do it by talk. He goes out there. He leads the pack. They got a couple of guys that are tired. Some guys don't want to do it. They all go out there and go after them. And that's what you got to have.
Lee's sitting out a whole year. I mean, he said he's eager to get going. What's he been like the last year?
Well, every time I turned around, I had to be careful because he might have been right up my you-know-what. No, but he's anxious to get going. He's a heck of a football player.
Joe, how much better could your team get in the summer? How important are summer workouts? You're not with them directly, but have you seen a kid really get better from when spring ended until you saw him again in the fall?
Absolutely. There are some kids that make up their mind they're going to be. It's an old saying: championships are not won on the field; they're just played on the field. All right, and that's what we got to be. We're in the process now, getting ready to. Hopefully, we can be good enough to play on the field. But it comes in the summer and the winter. We had a good winter program. We've had a good spring practice, and now we're looking forward to having a good summer. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that likes to say, "Hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that." You got to do it, But I think we have some kids that want to be a good football team.